I can do that. I can. I'll lay them to rest and try to do right by them somehow. Thank you truly for what you've done. Give me a second chance. I'll put it to good use. I wasn't paid. Ah, well. Let's see. Still another 6 points. Fast unlocks and talents. I don't know which one I'm going to end up getting this time. Probably still not going to bother with stealth. Mechanics I'll leave to someone else, although I am definitely eyeing survival more. Bonus movement will be good, and we'll put in some more lore. More class unlocks. Ooh. Weapon focuses. I'm going to make this video a little bit longer just so as I can actually finish up this stuff. Weapon focus. Adventurer trains the character with the use of the Pollux, Estoc, Flail, Wand, and Warbow, gaining accuracy with all weapons of those types. Okay, so these are based off of the types of weapon. And Soldier seems the most likely because it's also got the Great Sword. Savage attack. By attacking with unbridled ferocity, characters are able to sacrifice melee accuracy for a significant boost in damage. That's a pretty good boost in damage. Envenom Strike. 55 raw damage over 9 seconds. Alright. Oh boy, there's a lot of these. Marksman +5 accuracy versus distant enemies. Gunner has a reload speed increase. Dangerous implements. 25% damage with implements, which are wands, scepters, and rods, but does a small amount of raw damage to the wielder with each attack. That's a little silly. Dual weapon style. 20% dual wield attack speed. One-handed styling converts 15% of hits to crits. Two-handed style is just straight up 15% more damage. Beast Slayer, 25% more damage against beasts. Primal Bane, 25% more damage against primordials. Boy, this 25% damage against spirits would have been grand about 2 episodes through. 25% damage against vessels with Sanctifier. 25% damage against wilders with Wilder Hunter. Ooh. Chance to cause an interrupt with any damaging attack. Interrupt is pretty good. Vulnerable attack. Less attack speed, but more melee DR bypass. That's a pretty good one. Penetrating shot. Less attack speed with ranged attacks, but +5 ranged damage bypass. Bloody Slaughter. All attacks at enemies with low endurance convert some hits to crits, and those crits to do additional damage. So 25% of hits converted to crits against targets with low endurance, but plus 0.5 to crit damage multiplier against targets with low endurance. So the lower their endurance, the more damage I do, I guess. Okay, not as much in the defensives. Hold the line. Increases a creature's engagement limit by 1. So I'm gonna, let's see. Engagement occurs anytime character attacks an enemy with a melee weapon at close range. The character is first engaged, he or she will stop moving. The character is free to move again, but doing so provokes disengagement. If characters break engagement, they have a limited amount of time before the enemy they disengage can attempt to re-engage. Some afflictions make it impossible for a character to engage an enemy, such as paralysis, petrified, prone, and stunned. All automatically drop engagement and can be used to get out of trouble. Okay, so this makes it so as I can be engaged with another character, which helps against flanking, I think. Makes reflex plus 10 to reflex. Bear's fortitude, plus 10 to fortitude. Bull's will, plus 10% to will. Plus 10 to... yeah. Cautious attack. Increase deflection by 8, but reduce attack speed by 20. Weapon and shield style. More shield deflection. And the shield deflection also applies to reflex. That's pretty neat. Graceful retreat. Plus 12 to your defense when disengaging. Oh, sweet lord. And then utilities. Fast runner. Plus 1 move speed. Plus 5 defense when disengaging. Deep pockets. 2 more quick item slots. Arms bearer. Plus 1 weapon sets. Shot on the run. Minus 25% ranged recovery when moving. Neat. Fire on a flame. Gain 5 damage reduction to burn, and you can do 20% more burn damage. Heart of the Storm, same thing but with shock and shock damage. Spirit of Decay, same thing but with corrode and corrode damage. Secrets of Rhyme, freeze and freeze damage. Quick switch, minus 1.5 weapon change recovery, and a minus 4 grimoire cooldown. Wound binding allows the healing of a modest amount of health on the user. Once per rest, 40% health over 9 seconds. That's not terrible. Field triage allows the healing of a small amount of health on an ally. Also, this one is on self, I guess? Whereas this one can be used on an ally. Friendly target, not a vessel, because again, those are undead, so you can't heal those. With a 20% health over 9 seconds. Oh, Taos is not a good healer. Never really has been, and I kind of want to go... I want to stay true to his either 2-weapon style or... just... or 2-weapon style, 2-handed style, or complete offensive. We've also still got his stuff and things. Modifies Flames of Devotion. Untroubled Faith. Negatively influences faith. Modifies faith and convention. Allied AoE. This one is nice. And it's a passive. Just every single time that he downs a foe specifically. That's kind of the part about it though, is that it's specifically when he downs a foe. So I'm going to take the 2-handed style. Done. Alright, so I probably should have seen just how much that 2-handed style truly affects his halberding. Okay, no, I can see it. It shows on the weapon 18 to 26, whereas the actual damage shown here with the plus 15% from might, or the 15% 2-handed style thing. Yeah. Alright. I guess that also leaves Aloth to be leveled up. Aloth. We're gonna up your mechanics for the time being. Also increase your survival, because that just seems nice to have, period. Oh boy. He's got spells. So he gains 1 spell. Consulhat's Parasitic Staff. summon weapon, Castle Hut's parasitic staff, which deals 26 to 39 crush damage. Increased reach, exceptional, draining. That's a whole lot. Exceptional, which grants plus 8 to accuracy, 30% damage, and 20% of the damage is restored as endurance. Heck. Fast cast, so I guess that this just makes it so as he gets this staff, which he can use to beat people with. Except it's a staff, and I don't think he's actually got a whole lot of might in his elvish arms. Eldritch Aim increases accuracy for 13 seconds. Fleet Feet, 3 move speed and 20 defense when disengaging for nearly 40. Jolting Touch, 21 to 37 shock damage. And it will jump to foes with a reduced damage. Not terrible. Slicken, prones a character for 5.2 seconds. Spirit Shield, 3 damage reduction, 30 concentrate plus 30 concentration for a minute. That's actually pretty good. Thrust of Tattered Veils, 19 to 37 crush damage. Fast casting as a good interrupt. Deals little damage, but having a high chance to disrupt enemy spellcasters. That's actually a pretty good point. Oh boy. Level 2 spells. Bewildering Spectacle. Confuses foes for 7.5 seconds with accuracy as its thing. Versus will as its thing. Binding Web. Stuck. Able to act but unable to leave their current location. Dexterity is reduced by 2. Accuracy is reduced by 5. Reflex and deflection are also reduced by 20. So this might be an interesting thing to combo with this and then the rolling fire. That'd be funny. Bulwark against the elements. I know I'm kind of cliff noting most of these, but all of this little box here, most of this is pretty much just flavor text. Fast casts, 15 damage reduction against all elemental stuff. Combusting wounds. Okay. 5 burn damage over time when dealt damage for 26 seconds. So it makes it so as whenever they get inflicted damage, they also get 5 burn? Interesting. Corrosive Siphon drains 56 corrode damage as endurance over 13 seconds. Good versus fortitude. Blinds the target. Accuracy is reduced by 25 for all sources. Perception is reduced by 4. Movement reduced by 2. Reflex and deflection are reduced by 20. God damn. And it's a foe AoE too, so I can just throw it into a group and bam. 10 meter range versus 30 feet. Pretty good. Infuse with Vital Essence. Increases max endurance and health for nearly a minute. Interesting. I was hoping it was a recovery one, but I think that's solely in the realm of priesthoods. 15% of hits converted to crits for a minute with Merciless Gaze. Specifically on the caster, though. Mirrored Image. 25 deflection until hit or critically hit for 78 seconds. Ray of Fire. Excuse me. Versus Reflex, 10 to 17 damage if it's against a target or beam? Oh, okay, I see. So it holds for 10 seconds. And then they have to keep on doing this against them every single time? I I kind of prefer the Curse of Blackened Sight, because if I can hit a whole group of individuals with that, that'd be great. Arcane Veil. 2 per rest. 50 deflection for 13 seconds. Grimoire Slam. Allows the wizard to smash an enemy with a grimoire. Just hit him with the book. Penetrating Blast. Modifies your blast. Plus 5 damage reduction bypass. Increases the area of effect foe targets. Yeah, that damage though. You get another first level spell. And offensive, defensive, and utility stuff seems to be the same, which is relatively fine. Yeah. If only I really knew what it is that I have him doing the most. Like, a lot of his spell selection is just kind of all over the place, it feels like. So picking one element doesn't seem good. At least it doesn't to me. I could just give him dangerous implements, which makes it so as he deals more damage with his implements, but then that does raw damage to him, which is not a good idea. Bloody Slaughter. Might be just best to have a class-based one for him. Like, I could take Gallant's Focus and have him make it so as he also grants a 4 accuracy to everyone. Or give him an unarmed attack, I don't know. Oh, that's endurance. We're good on endurance recovery for the time being. I think it might just be best to increase his penetrating blast. Because that's this one, right? No, that's Arcane Assault. What is his penetrating blast? What? Feeling like I did the dumb. It has Arcane Assault. Is that the one? Or is Penetrating Blast just his... Man? Include. Oh, but it... Son of a bitch.
How do you do?
This is fine. At least I vaguely know what it is. Like I said before. Lost the bones. Got to level up. Okay. So this is me being stupid because I don't know which one's the penetrating blast that he's supposed to have. There's just blast. Grants blast. Oh, it turns blast into penetrating blast. Shut up. I know what I'm doing. Evidently I don't. That's right, I was gonna do that. Blackened Sight. Penetrating blast. Concentrates the power blast. Blah 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 blah. So it makes it so as it does That looks like to be the same damage. Penetrating blast. Oh, jeez. So, do I just do penetrating blasts now, or do it? I'm realizing now too. I probably could have just taken his money. How much do I care about the money? How much money do I have in the first place? Could have more. But I'm gonna go ahead, call an episode here. When we return, now that that scenery is done, oh, I'm gonna re-level Talos off screen, and I guess the only other thing we got going now is having to go to the castle and dealing with a certain tyrant dude, because that's always fun. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying this series as much as I am enjoying playing it, and as always, I hope to see you all in the next video. Take care. Cheers.